Hey guys, it's Thursday quote of the day. The quote, imagination is everything. It's the preview to life's coming attractions, by Albert Einstein. I want to share with you an accompanying story about someone who had the imagination to dream really big. Steve Harvey. He's a stand-up comedian. He's an entertainer. He's a television host. He's a businessman. He's an author. He's been very successful, but that wasn't always the case. In 1968, when he was in the 6th grade, he had to do a class assignment, which was to write on a piece of paper your dream. He wrote down to be on TV. Now, his teacher, though, she thought that was a pretty unrealistic dream. She, in fact, ridiculed him. He didn't know anybody who had been on TV. No one in his family had been on TV. No one from the school had been on TV. So she kind of squished his dream. He went home, told his mom and dad. His dad, though, told him, I want you to ignore her. I want you to take that piece of paper, and I want you to read it to yourself every morning and every night before you go to bed. Don't ever let someone squish your dream. And he didn't. But by 1991, he had been working as a stand-up comedian, but he wasn't successful. He was sleeping in his car. He had $35 to his name, and he was ready to give up. He called his dad where he kept an answering machine, and on that answering machine, there was a message from a Chuck Sutton, who was with Showtime at the Apollo. He told him that he had seen a tape of Steve Harvey, thought it was really funny, and they wanted to offer him a position that Sunday night to be on TV. Now, you'd think he'd be really happy and ecstatic, but he was crushed because with only $35, he could not afford to go to New York. He thought, well, perhaps he meant the following Sunday. So he called again and listened to the message just to make sure, but no, it was for that Sunday night. But in the meantime, another message had come in. This was from a Tom Sobel, who was with a comedy caravan. It was a comedy club out of Jacksonville, Florida. He offered him a gig for the next night for $150. He called him back, took it. He killed the show. It was awesome. They thought he was so funny, they offered him Saturday night as well. He took that too. So now he has $300 extra. He buys a $99 round-trip ticket to New York, Jacksonville to New York. He gets to the Apollo Comedy Club, the Apollo Theater, rather. He's the last act of the night. There's 3 before him. The first one is D.L. Hughley. He goes on stage. He gets booed off. The next one is Dwayne Johnson. Yes, the same Dwayne Johnson. He gets booed off. The third one is Jamie Foxx. He gets booed off. Steve Harvey says, at this point, I'm ready to throw up. I was so nervous. He goes out there, and again, he kills it. They give him a standing ovation. Well, he subsequently went on to be offered to become the host of that amateur night there at the Apollo Theater. He took it, and he held that role for 8 years, longer than anyone had before or since. He's also had his own TV show. He's currently the host of Family Feud. He makes about $45 million a year, 10 of which comes from being the host of Family Feud. He has an estimated net worth of about $200 million. Very successful. He didn't let anyone squash his dream. He says, don't ever let someone squish your dream. He says, don't give up. If you give up, that's the only way you're never going to achieve your dream. If you keep going forward, that's the possibility that it'll happen. So go out there, have the imagination to dream, and dream big. Don't let anyone squish your dream. And like Albert Einstein said, imagination is key. It is the preview to life's coming attractions. So thanks for listening. Have a great week. If you liked it, please share. And look forward to seeing you next week. Take care. Bye.